if you've done something that your boss didn't agree with, if you've done something that violated company policy, if you've done something that didn't sit right with the organization, they would fire you. They would fire you in a heartbeat. It's amazing how the government doesn't do that to certain high-level officials when they knowingly have messed up. Hey everybody, this is Milton, our voice, our world, where we come together to share the news that's going on around this great globe from our perspective. And we want to share it with you and to get you all of the information and keep you current about things that are going on in our world. So one of the things that has really just been a little irritating is how we treat certain people in certain positions. They can get away with a pass. They can get away with several passes when they knowingly have done something wrong, something that's harmful, something that could eventually affect millions of people. So the Secretary of Defense, Mr. Pete Hegseth, that's his name, has been in hot water over the last month about this leak on this Signal app. And Signal is this little private app that the government uses in order to share secret confidential messages about war plans or whatever else that's going on in the government that they want to share. So Mr. Hegseth decided to, I guess, not follow protocol and messed around and let that information get leaked. So a lot of people have heard it now because it's been shared globally. So I want to tell you a little bit about the role of the Secretary of Defense first, so that we can see how really sensitive the information that he shared was, because it has the effect, like I said, to bring harm to millions if it gets in the wrong hands. So the U.S. Secretary of Defense is the highest ranking civilian official in the U.S. Department of Defense, acting as the principal defense policy advisor to the president. They are responsible for overseeing the Department of Defense, managing its budget, and exercising command control over the military branches. Essentially, they are the civilian head of the U.S. military, advising the president on defense strategy and policy and implementing the strategy. Now, Pete Hegseth is the guy who is the current Secretary of Defense. He is responsible for all those things I just named. Sharing the policies, making sure they're implemented correctly, making sure people are where they're supposed to be. He's in charge of the military defense. This guy has leaked confidential information, not once, but twice. No discipline, no reprimand, nothing. But if that had been me or you on our job, what do you think the outcome would have been? You think we've been given a second chance? No, because we don't live in the same world that he lives in or that his boss lives in. They live in a totally different world than us. They seem like they have the power to do whatever they want without any consequences. But the people who really suffer are you and I. We get the brunt of these things. We end up suffering from it. So this guy can go on and lie that he didn't do anything. Got him on tape. He comes out, oh, that was somebody else's mistake. So what does he do? Instead of taking responsibility for something that he messed up, he blames everybody else. And he eventually fires a couple people in his administration or under his leadership to take the blame for something that he did. And they had no idea that they were going to be fired for his mistake. But the question is, why is he not being disciplined for what he's done? Why is he not feeling the wrath of his boss like many of us would feel? It's because he's privileged. He is the perfect DEI hire. DEI did not earn it. He is the perfect DEI hire, didn't earn it. But he's exactly what his boss wants. He wants a white, non-educated guy to lead the Secretary of Defense, and that's what he got. So he's the perfect DEI hire, didn't earn it. If it was me, I would have been fired. I promise you, if it was you, you would have been fired. But because we don't fit the profile of what the perfect DEI hire it looks like. I'm not white. I'm not dumb. So I don't fit. So, but he is the perfect DEI, didn't earn it, candidate for this job. So just looking at the history of the Secretary of Defense, has any other Secretary of Defense been fired? Yes. There's only one that has been fired, and he got fired under the same administration. His name was Mark Esper. He was fired by the current president back in his first term. So how can you fire him because you have a disagreement with him, but you can't fire this guy for messing up in the world somewhere? I mean, other countries are laughing at this. How can he do that and not take responsibility? And why are you still retaining this guy knowing that he messed up? So it's very important that we pay attention to this, because if we're going to allow people in those positions to do stuff and not be held accountable, what does that say about the leadership and the safety of this country? What does that put each and every one as citizens within this country? Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you're being protected? Are you scared now that since they know information across the globe that anything can happen at any time? And would you trust this guy, this Hegseth guy, in making sure that this country's safe? No, I wouldn't. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wouldn't trust him because he's not trustworthy. Anytime you will sit there and lie openly like that, saying that, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't leak anything confidential. It's all, that's why everybody got it, because it wasn't classified information. Man, for real, come on, be for real. You need to wake up and smell the coffee. You need to reassess this guy and understand that he is not the person for this job. So as citizens of this country, I advise you to keep an eye out on this guy, because according to the president, he is a perfect DEI hire. Did not earn it, white guy. So I just want to come in and share that real quick about our Secretary of Defense. Not qualified, shouldn't be doing this job. It needs to be fired. He needs to be fired because he's not qualified to do the job. And in any other organization, any other position, you or I would have been fired. So he should not get a pass. And that's where we're going to stand with our voice, our world, that we need to pay attention and put the heat on this guy to fire this guy, because he is not protecting the safety of this country. MiltonCraft, our voice, our world. Talk to you soon.